Are prices going to drop in the greater Philadelphia area in 2025? This question comes up all the time, and I'm going to give you all the data you need to know next. So if you like what you hear, you get some value out of this, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, and if you want to schedule a call with our team about how to navigate all this information, please do that with the link in the comments. This question comes up all the time. The market's crashing. Are prices going to drop? Should I buy now or wait? Constantly coming up. And rather than overreact to anything we see on the news, I want to give you some real data to navigate everything about the great city and the great metro area that we live in. And this is going to be important to look at individual markets. Chester County is going to be a little different than Delaware County. It's going to be a little different than Montgomery County or the city of Philadelphia or some of the neighborhoods in Philadelphia. So the key metric to look at heading into 2025 is going to be monthly active inventory levels compared to the same month in the pre-pandemic of 2019. So I sent a couple charts to Nick here, and the first one shows it's blue and red, and you see all these large bubbles here, and they don't highlight the greater Philadelphia area. This comes from our friends over at Resi Club. Great information. And it shows housing markets where active inventory has risen back above pre-pandemic levels, and they're more likely to see home prices fall from their 2022 peak. So you can see that number there. You want to stay below the red, basically, or if that's where prices are going to continue to go up. Anything in the blue, you're going to see prices go down. So I'm going to give you the exact information here, but that's what you want to look at. What was happening in 2019? Forget 2020, forget 2021, 2022, 2023, or even this year. You want to look at what happened before the pandemic. So then there's another great chart here that shows active housing inventory for sale, and it's a brown and blue color code. So the brown and blue color code, if you zoom into the greater Philadelphia area, we're seeing that there's a lot of brown there, which means that we are far below where we were pre-pandemic. And the size of the bubble it means how big the gap is. And you can see right over Philadelphia, there's one of the larger bubbles that you're seeing in the Northeast. And we've got an interactive version of the map, which we'll share with you. We can zoom in. But you can see here that, we're at, in terms of pricing, right? And in terms of inventory, we're priced above where we were pre-pandemic and inventory's below. So what that information shows us is that prices are not going to be coming down in the greater Philadelphia area during that time. But you've got to even think about this a little more thoroughly, that you've got to look at that monthly increase in inventory. So what I included as well for us to review, it's a great link here. It's from our local MLS, really good stuff. And it shows that inventory is up maybe 0.26% compared to this time last year through September. So that means that we haven't seen much of an increase in inventory. We're still hovering around just above a 2-month supply. And there's this general rule of thumb that 6 months is going to be where sellers and buyers have an even market. So we're seeing some opinions out there that might be an outdated metric to look at. What we're seeing is that we'd have to see inventory basically triple in our marketplace for prices to soften it all. So what that means is that we're not going to see prices come down unless there's a massive growth in inventory. And what would have to happen for inventory to come up? Well, it'd probably be something pretty bad. We'd have to see a financial crash. That's the last time we saw inventory spike. That's not a good thing. So if you're wondering, are prices going to come down? The answer in the greater Philadelphia area is no. But if you look at the map, you're seeing places like Florida. Punta Gorda is an example that has the fastest growing inventory in the country. You look at this map here, and it's really incredible seeing that, you have Florida. Austin is plus 40% in inventory. Punta Gorda is up 73% in inventory since the pre-pandemic levels. Tampa's up 21%. Phoenix is up 8%. New Orleans is up 13%. And we're seeing these Sun Belt areas, they have a lot more inventory coming to the market. So yes, prices are going to drop in some marketplaces, just not ours, at least for the foreseeable future. And that's the information you need to know.